Hi, I'm Bopsto, the Elder Weeb,
And I'm Red, the bald-headed wonder.
and we are the Anime Boys.
Anime boys,
Anime
boys, boys,
Boys.
boys, boys,
Uh,
anime.
oh man. Uh, oh yeah. So we're continuing Psychopaths. This is episode 7 through 9. Uh,
7 through 9, boy, it's
uh,
wacky.
yeah, man. So yeah, Red.
Yes.
Uh, what you thinking of Psychopaths so far? Just as a quick
Dude,
update.
oh my gosh, it got crazy really fast. Like,
Uh-huh.
I thought it was already good. Now I think it's phenomenal. And I know that usually my opinions tend to sway towards these really good opinions, or judgments, but
Yeah.
it seems like everything we've covered so far has been a banger. Like, it's been
Hell yeah.
hella good. But dude,
Mm-hmm.
this like few episodes stretch that we did, these 3 episodes, man,
Yeah, it's it's,
it's
it's
the
great.
titties.
Well, before we jump into those, I was gonna say if you like this video, give us a little like, maybe a comment, a subscribe. You're not subscribed. You're
You're
not.
not subscribed?
Come on, listen.
Oh
Azir,
man, my Peggle
Az-
unicorn boy is just so upset, so
yeah,
unhappy.
yeah,
He's over
man.
here wanting to sing the Ode to Joy when you hit that subscribe button and you just won't.
Yeah, you're denying him. Come on, don't deny our boy some good old Beethoven, some
Yeah,
Ludwig
don't
van.
don't don't deny the Ode to Joy. It's a
Yeah,
classic. It's a
yeah,
wondrous,
man. I don't know.
phenomenal song that I can never listen to the same again.
Yeah, I don't know how a dog can compose music, but it's pretty amazing. Okay. Well, with that out of the way, so yeah, episode 7, we open up. Oreo is visiting a hospital to see her dad,
Yeah,
who's a fucking VeggieTale.
Veggie Tail Boy, which means that he
VeggieTale
is,
boy.
which which means that he's just in the hospital bed. He can't move, he can't think, he can't
Yeah.
speak, but he can hear.
At first,
According
we
to the
think it's
nurse.
just regular. It's regular like. First, we think it's like regular brain death, but we find out it's actually like an actual. I guess you could say like a disease that basically causes you to become brain dead.
Yeah, and the nurse is
And
just trying to, like, he knows you're here, sweetheart.
yeah, man.
So don't get discouraged if he doesn't speak to you. He knows you're here. All you have to do is just speak to him. Just be enlightened by his presence.
Oh, thanks, Nurse Becky. I feel like a real human. Yes, I am a real human.
You know, it is technically true that the last sense to go is hearing.
Yeah.
So they can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Even in
Um,
even if you're in a coma, they can still listen and hear your words and what you say. I think that's actually kind of cool.
yeah. So we get this scene where she's waxing philosophical about how fucked up her dad's condition is,
Yeah, crazy
and
girl
how he's
monologue. That's all it is.
basically, yeah, he's basically, a living corpse. He's not really alive per se and
She
whatnot. Which,
she
what I can somewhat agree with, but she
she
is in crazy girl mode at the moment.
she just dipped into Boss Fuchsia's diary is all.
Uh,
She goes on
Hell
this
yeah.
whole spiel about how her dad's condition is weighing on her and how that she
Yeah.
must uphold his presence in the art community by continuing his work and can no longer keep herself from or
Yeah.
denying herself from the glory that is her dad and living up to the name
Hmm.
Oreo.
So so double stuffed.
No!
Sorry guys, not to be insensitive to the
Oh,
Japanese
boy's just trying
but
to.
man,
Boy's already sipping over black haired girl.
nah.
You just
Nah.
said double stuffed.
Yeah, because her name's Oreo, and
I
that's what
know,
most people
but
get. Yeah,
come
man.
on, you can't tell
Yeah.
me that's not where you went, bro.
Nah, dude, she's like probably like 15 or something. No,
I don't think she's 15.
it's like a girl. She's at least 16. Um,
True.
but we get we get her second sculpture in its full glory, and man, it
Oh
looks fucking
man.
sick as shit. Like,
In
it's
in
fucked
more
up.
ways than one. In more
Yeah,
ways
yeah,
than
it
one.
is. It is sick as
It's
shit, and like, hey, that's pretty sick in a cool way, sick in like a sick and twisted way. You know, it
sick
covers
as
all
in,
the
is sick
bases.
as in a inhumane way. Sick as
Yeah,
in
it.
that's disgusting. It makes me want to barf.
Yeah, man, it covers all. It covers all of the six. I feel.
So, if for anybody who hasn't, watched our first episode, I'd recommend you to do. But we described her works of art in detail in the first one, which I'm going to do again now. She basically takes all of it, like her victims that she kills and murders, and then she chops them up. And then she uses their decapitated, or not decapitated, but
Dismembered.
dismembered body parts and collect them into and collage them into this giant fucking sculpture of plastic but with human
Yeah.
skin, like so.
Mhm.
But
She
we'll
uses
get she uses
yeah.
a chemical that was discussed in the previous episode that turns human skin and human like tissue into plastic, and I still don't understand
Yeah.
that is kind of cool though.
Well, it's like I assume it's like probably just a texture that feels like plastic is
It,
where it probably is.
maybe.
And I could say it's probably some kind of like I guess in this universe you could say almost like an embalming.
That's
type
what I was
of
gonna say, an
yeah.
embalming
Tool.
tool for dead
It
people
just
so
the
they
side
don't
the
stink.
side it's just the side effect is it just makes this gives the skin like a plastic appearance, which is pretty
But
fucking sick.
so it cuts us over to from the monologue over to the inspectors taking a look at her piece of art, and
Yeah.
my bitch inspector, Mr. What was his name?
Gino.
Gino.
You talk about Gino? Yeah, he's like,
The
yo,
bitch inspector
Kogami.
Gino.
Yeah, man, yo, Kogami, you're fucking off this case. Sorry,
Get
buddy.
out of here. Sorry.
Outta
Your,
here.
your
You got too
psychopath
much-
is already clouded. I can't have you overexerting your
You-
fucking
you got-
brain.
You got too much personal bias here, Kogami.
You got
Get out.
You got too much fuck brain. Get the fuck out of here. Get the
Yeah,
fuck out of
alright.
here. Get out of my
Guys.
head, man. Get out of my head.
All right, now we get over to a debriefing segment where he's like, "All right, guys, now that Kogami's gone, I definitely think it's a fucking copycat.
Yeah.
Not a copycat. But I think it's
He-
the same killer.
He called
says
my
the
boy
same-
delusional.
He says the same thing fucking Kogami says in the
says-
debriefing.
Oh my gosh. But
He's like, man, come on, dude.
now that Kogami's gone, I'm completely and utterly going to steal his idea and make it my own.
Yeah, man.
But
I
and then
understand
I'm
that's
gonna
something
call
that you
him
might-
delusional at the same time.
Yeah, man.
In the same sentence, in the same conversation, I will take his idea and credit and call him delusional.
Yeah, now see, I understand taking him off because of like a personal bias thing, but the fact he comes right around and says the exact,
Dude.
it's like, come on, dude, don't be that guy, don't be
Well-
that guy. Fucking Kogami's out. He's fucking taking out his anger on a training bot.
Man, my boy goes
he-
full scale sicko mode on this sparring robot.
Yeah, man, he's got those gorilla arms.
But yeah, he really does. Wouldn't surprise me if he had a mono wire up his dick. I'm just saying. Like,
Oh yeah.
imagine having a mono wire in your dick.
Dude,
That would be,
I don't want to think about that.
That would be the ultimate flex. Like,
Yeah, dude, in more ways than one.
oh my god.
I use my muscles.
God, my muscles.
Oh man. But fucking Akane's ogling him fucking hard, dude.
Dude, she's like, he's just like, so why do you keep staring at me? She's just like, look, I'll tell you if you put your sweaty muscles away. But not before she tries to like, oh, you have this thing up on full power? Dude, just why do you already have a Dominator? Why not
Yeah.
just use the Dominator? He's like, that's fucking stupid. Like, you're dumb.
Yep.
You dumb duty head dumbass. You always got to be
And-
stronger than the gun.
Yeah. It's not the gun that does the, and you're also wrong about the gun that's doing the killing. I'm the one doing the killing since I pulled the fucking trigger.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, get.
And she's like, "Oh, so is this supposed to be a lesson
I
for
think.
me? Is this supposed to
I,
be some kind of,
uh,
futuristic lesson for me?" I'm like,
I do like the sort of idea that I think it's sort of touched on a little throughout the series, but here's like explicitly said how like basically enforcers are there so that inspectors don't have to get their hands dirty and clown
yeah,
their
I really
psychopaths.
like how they're starting to get more meat to the enforcers rather
Yeah,
than just
they're
calling
not
them
just
dogs.
dogs. They're literally there because they're the only types of people that could like straight up kill a person
Well, they're
and
tools.
not feel. Yeah.
They're more or less tools for the police to use, or
Mhm.
for the inspectors to use,
Yeah.
so that the inspectors don't get their head clouded up by all this fucking
Yeah, because like
babble
an
bullshit.
inspector might not have killed a person before, and that shit can go south quickly if you're not used to it. Um,
But
let's see, we
after
find
all this, she confronts him about the case, and apologizes for delving into the case that he's been working on, and that she was shared under that she was supposed to keep a secret from Kogami. Fucking idiot. And she's just like, "You're not mad, are you?" And he's like, why would I be mad at you? Just another common case of you being nothing but a egotistical child.
he doesn't say it like that, but
No.
yeah.
No, Kogami
Yeah,
is
so
cool as fuck. He is not
yeah,
diminishing
man.
at all. He's probably the smoothest motherfucker on the planet.
But yeah, he's just like, I'm interested in there's definitely a connection between these two cases, but I haven't quite ruled out the fact that it could be a copycat. And we get this whole thing where he's talking about he drops lore about his former partner. It's like dude was kind of an asshole, he touched on women and whatnot, but you know what? He had some charm to him.
Yeah,
Like,
he was
this
he was a
one
cool
time
guy.
he was a pretty like cool. He was a fucking. He's like a womanizing violent bastard.
He did. He said
pretty
womanizing, violent bastard, but he was a cool guy.
Yeah. There's one fucker that was like an even bigger asshole, and he like punched the dude's lights out. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
and I thought that was just the coolest fucking thing ever.
yeah.
I idolized this man and wanted to be
And
this
then
guy.
he goes out, he pulls out the blurry Makishima pick. He's like, this is one of the last things he gave to me before he fucking died.
But
Um,
essentially, she's just trying to get more info from the case in her own way rather than following
Yeah.
Gino. And she goes to him because he is so closely knitted to the case.
mhm.
And she basically just gets some more info on the man behind the murderer.
The man behind the slaughter, you might can say.
You could say that. I say behind the murderer because
I
technically
know. My
he is behind the murderer.
no, I know. It's just my brain is in fucking meme mode right now.
Behind the
That shit. It's
slaughter.
fucking, the man behind the slaughter.
It's time to eat ass and smoke
Yeah.
grass.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to go
Um,
like Duke Nukem bullshit meme, dude.
So, let's see. There's more. So we find out more girls are going missing by the day at this academy. The fucking girls are dropping like flies here,
Oh, dude, yeah.
left and right.
These girls are
bitch,
fucking scared.
fucking short-haired girls. Like, maybe maybe I should go talk with Oreo because I heard the last one of our friends
And then
went to her before she got fucked.
Becky 2.0 says, "You know what? Whatever gets you the fuck out of my hair."
Get out of here. Go
Get
on,
out of here.
skip.
Just get out of here, girl. Get the fuck out of my sight. Bitch. Get out of here. Get out of
So
here.
it's here. We get this scene with Oreo. It's late at night. She's in her bed. She's fucking in her crazy girl monologue, and she's basically. We find out, her dad was was an artist, and she doesn't like that he quit his work, and that after he got sick, she decided to take it upon herself to
Bro, we're
to
just
basically continue his work in a very not so kosher way.
you're just going to gloss over that she had sex with a dead person? We're just going to gloss over that?
Hey, she might not have had
Come
sex.
on,
We don't know that.
Bobsto,
Listen,
dude.
listen.
Oh my gosh, Luke, don't be naive. Like,
I'm not being naive. I'm just saying.
you are.
I'm just saying. I don't know, man. I
She
don't
was
listen.
she was ass up in the bed, bro.
I know.
She had her ass up in the air like
She
her
could.
fucking weed just got stolen,
Yeah.
bro. Like, all she was missing was the smoke in her ass, bro. I'm
Oh
just
man,
saying.
She didn't have blood smoke coming out of her, but she had probably
Dude.
had some kind of other smoke coming out of her. Damn.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
bro. We couldn't just gloss over that. You just kind
But
of
also,
you just went right over the monologue.
listen. She's like, my dad is dead. I'm celebrating.
Oh my gosh. My dad is dead.
I'm celebrating. Except this one, the only thing missing here is she's not stabbing a dude to death with scissors
You're right. You're right.
and terrorizing a small person.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my
Oh
god.
man.
Oh, but
So-
anyway, her dad finally died. She's going on this crazy monologue, and then all of a sudden we get cut back over to
Makishima.
Makishima, the man behind the murder.
Yeah, and he's there.
God,
he's there.
I'm gonna let you talk about this because I feel like
Alright.
you caught more of it than I did.
Maybe I might have lost some of it along the way. So basically, Makishima is in this bougie ass like hunter study with this dude who's like polishing a gun.
This dude lives in a goddamn
Um,
mansion bigger than the Vanderbilt. Like,
Yeah, and we'll talk about this guy some more in some of the later episode in episode 9.
yeah.
Basically, we get this whole info dump about Oria's dad, about how basically this guy was an accomplished artist back before the Sybil system was put in place, where he would use basically like torn up female body parts as like a motif as part of his statements.
right.
And after the Sybil system rolled in, his art became quickly obsolete because people would no longer look towards art for like self monitoring or like to like introspect on themselves, because the Sybil
Stress
system
care.
the Sybil system's like, nah, the Sybil system just takes care of that immediately. So
Right. So the stress
people-
care was no longer a thing
no longer a thing
for people
and
to
then
have to like
also-
practice daily.
And also, due to the Sybil system existing, the man's art couldn't even exist like in that form in the first place, because it'd probably be considered too obscene or extreme
Right.
and could potentially cloud people's psychopasses.
But he took
And-
pride in the Sybil system at the same time for accomplishing his goal or his message that he wanted to deliver the world
Yeah.
from his art. But he was so obsessed with exercising stress care that it eventually overtook his mind.
Yeah, I think the disorder that he has that's invented for this universe, I think they said was what eustress deficiency.
Yes.
Basically, you have there's not enough eustress to keep the brain stimulated enough that it just basically shuts down and you just enter a state of brain death.
Yeah.
And you just slowly start. It's like that's kind of terrifying, to be honest.
It kind of
think
reminds
about.
me of just Alzheimer's. Like,
Yeah,
if you
it's
really
like
think
that.
about it, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is. It's that he stressed himself out by trying to de-stress so much that
Yeah.
it led him into slowly
Yeah.
diminishing his brain, like his thinking
Well, I
capabilities.
think it's just like it's the stress was so managed. It was like the lack of stress at all.
yeah. So
And it's like, so at that point, the brain, like, because like the stress is like, even though it's eustress and de-stress is both two sometimes extreme forms of stress, they do keep the brain stimulated and active.
yeah, and he used that in a way to try to stimulate his brain while also working on his artwork. But since the Sybil system came out and he could no longer express himself through his artwork, he then overstimulated his brain practicing self-care, or not self-care, but stress care. And it became a basic, I guess you could call it his own version of a drug. Holy
Probably.
shit. It is storming like hell.
Dang. But
Just
also
rattled
rather
my whole
interesting.
house.
Magashima brings up that that Oreo here, Big Daddy Oreo here, technically died in two ways. One in the like the literal sense, but also in like the artistic sense because of how the simple system rendered his art obsolete
Mm-hmm.
and killed the man's ambition
Yeah.
to
So
create.
he just lost everything so
Yeah.
fast and
Um.
gained all of his, personal goals
Mhm.
at the same time. But I don't think he took the from what I heard, I don't think he took the him losing his basic motif to paint personally. I don't think he
Oh
took
no,
that
no, no,
to
because
heat because he finally saw the world
yeah,
pressing his
because
goal.
because like his whole thing, even though how the art was extreme, the whole point of it was to allow people to introspect on themselves and take care of themselves. But since the system came in and fully automated that, he's like, well, that's perfect. That's like the extent. Like even though it renders my art obsolete, the fact that people can now manage their have a way to automatically manage their stress, that's all great. That's awesome. I
Yeah.
consider it a job well done, because we also find out during this that the guy, despite his fucked up art style, was a man of a very strong like moral code,
Right. And
where
I
he himself was a very moral person.
and that is why I can't remember his name, white haired dude.
Makishima.
Makashima, looks so highly up to him, and then
Hmm.
sought out his daughter to basically continue his work, but in
Hmm.
a more personal way.
Yeah,
And that's what drove her to actually start killing
Uh,
people.
oh, I think another thing to mention that throughout this entire conversation, "Ode to Joy" is playing in the
No,
background.
no, it's not. No, it's not.
It is. No, it is.
Are you sure?
It's like an orchestral version of "Ode to Joy."
I
It's
thought this was
playing as
during the scene in the next episode.
no, it's in both.
Okay, I didn't pay no attention
This
to it on
yeah,
that one.
"Ode to Joy" is playing throughout this entire
Okay,
conversation.
well that I completely got caught. I was just caught up in
Yeah,
the moment on that
you're just
one.
caught up in the moment. Um,
Well, I'm glad you
but
caught that because I sure the
uh,
fuck didn't.
and so the hunter guy asks him, well, so is she out for revenge? And interestingly, Makashi's like, well, I hope not.
Yeah, he's
Because
just like, I hope that
it's
she finds more
more to
motive
it than more motive than that,
than
which is very
revenge.
interesting with Makashima. It's like, because like this man, even though he supplies people with the means to kill, he's looking for very specific types of people and not just those who want to kill.
Right. It's
Those who like
fascinating, bro.
it's almost the essential thing from like Berserkers, like, oh man, you got to have your own dream to fight for.
Yeah.
And with this, it's more so, I guess you could say, it's almost like you need your own like exact like defined reason for why you kill.
Yeah. So
Um,
I don't
that
know.
isn't
It's
clouded by personal bias or revenge
right.
and whatnot.
It's interesting. Like all the
It
like
is
philosophical
philosophizing.
philosophical like background that this anime
Yeah,
has. It's crazy how much
yeah,
you have to like really pay attention to when you watch it. Like
yeah. No, this show is is like just fucking drenched in that shit. Especially whenever Makashima's on
I
stream.
love a good anime that makes me sit here and think, wow, never thought about it that way. But to keep from rambling,
So
we got to move on in.
Oreo, the corpse molester, takes her.
Now she's a
ha-
corpse molester.
Yeah, man. She listen. What really good artist isn't secretly a corpse molester? You know.
So macabre. Oh my
There's some
god.
people, you gotta get really avant-garde with that shit. Get personal with the body you're about to,
Yeah, she has to.
dismember into
She not
sculptures.
only has to feel the art, she has to integrate with it.
She has to feel the art, then she has to feel.
Yeah, like I
the
said,
art.
she has to integrate with it.
Yeah, man. Put a little bit of herself in it,
Yep,
Make
yep,
it-
yep, 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 yep.
Make it personal. But so she's got the body in a suitcase and a fucking space bag.
Oh yeah. Which is
She puts sorry, go on.
crazy to me that she fit a whole fucking body
You know what? Maybe the suitcase is bigger than we thought it was.
Maybe it was, but it
Maybe it's
sure
bigger
as
than it
fuck
looks.
didn't look like it.
Or maybe it's some Harry Potter shit.
Maybe. I don't fucking know. I mean, this is
Maybe.
the future, so.
Yeah, man. She puts it down a fucking trap door, and it leads to this like old generator room where the guy who
It's
was
underneath the
helping out
school.
the guy who was helping out our tattletale strangler from the last investigation.
Tattletale Strangler.
um,
Good.
he's helping her out.
That's a good description.
It is a very good description.
It's basically what he is, though, dude.
That's what he is.
He's just a fucking henchman, like a goon.
Yeah, but this dude, he is supplying her with the resin, and also we find out, hey, he fucking takes cover as like some of the girls that go missing, so that nothing gets too suspicious.
Right, yeah. So he just turns into this chick, right? And then,
Yeah.
like, in order, like, as she's about to start, she's just like, "Why don't you ever stay for the good part? You might enjoy it." He's like,
Yeah.
"Well, you see, I'm a weenie when it comes to actually seeing blood,
Yeah, man.
so have fun,
I'm out the Winnie Hut Juniors.
dude." And so it
Um,
cuts us over to the short hair girl going to Oreo.
Yeah.
And she went to the wrong fucking person about this girl missing. And
Wrong hood.
yeah, basically. And so she
She-
just adds another.
She
So-
goes over. She sees the fucking painting she's working on. It's like, oh, that's the other girl that just went missing. And she's like, oh man, yeah, you want to help me out? Here, good. It just knocks the bitch out.
Dude, just completely just sticks a needle in her with some, I guess, paralyzation or
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly it's fucking, what
Oh
it is.
shit. I just
But this bitch is off the fucking deep end.
yeah, man. Oh, there's one thing that I forgot to mention back when Kogami was dropping lore about his partner, and that is the killer that killed Kogami's partner cut the dude up while he was still alive.
Oh yeah, we did forget about that.
That was something. It's a very important and crucial detail, especially because
I even wrote that down, bro. Yeah.
Especially if Oreo does something, does anything similar. Which at the end of this episode, dude, I'm pretty sure she did.
I'm pretty sure she did because
Yeah.
she threw this girl down all tied up at the bottom of
Yeah.
this tank where she kept the other girl that the girl came to ask about, and now she decided to make it a duet
Yeah.
of sorts.
You know, and unless these girls, I just thought about something that's fucked up. What if these girls she's killed, well, then they basically are like the injection she gives them doesn't fully kill them, but just paralyzes them.
See, it makes sense though
I'm
because
thinking that
I'm pretty
because-
sure that
yeah.
girl that was in the bed was not actually dead. I think she
Yeah.
was just paralyzed. So
Which is even more fucked.
yeah, which is
yeah.
she
Yeah,
roofied
yeah.
the fuck out this bitch.
it's mega roofies, dude.
Hell of a fucking drug, man.
Yeah, dude.
But no, but that shoots us over to
But
episode
it's
8.
fucking visceral because you can see the fucking terror on this girl's face when she wakes up next to her fucking
Well, wouldn't
friend's
wouldn't
corpse.
you, bro?
Yeah, no,
Like,
I know, but I'm saying like that expression is captured very well in this scene.
very much because she doesn't she doesn't scream. She's just fucking
Yeah.
staring at it, terrified at what she's just shocked.
Yeah,
And you could
So-
see the shock in her eyes. And it's just like, holy shit, this is not real. It's like she just doesn't want to be there kind of situation.
yeah, and so that was episode
7. And that was a
And,
lengthy
man, that was
lengthy
a-
description, but there was a lot going on.
There's a lot going on there.
Um,
So episode 8. So this is like the first investigation we've had that's gone on for more than 2 episodes.
Yeah, so this is stretched into 3 episodes trying to figure out what's going on with these bodies or who's behind it.
Yeah,
But,
we actually get a full-on fucking recap here.
So yeah, like it's the recap of everything that's happened up to this point with this investigation.
Yeah,
But given that
we get
we
another fucking
yeah.
Makishima scene here.
Makishima scene as he's standing there looking out the window. Security has tightened hard on the school, and the
Yeah, there's
police is
drones going out
undercover.
there.
Yeah, they're drones, quote unquote. It's just what's his name, the old guy.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
no, they got robots around the school
yeah,
and whatnot searching. Yeah.
little tiny like robots
Those are the
looking
drones I'm
research.
talking about. They
Oh,
got
okay, I got you.
the robot stuff patrolling the school.
You know what those will remind me of?
What?
Those little nanoid fucking those little nano looking fucking things from Twister that she has in Dorothy.
Yeah, I can see that.
It looks almost identical to them. It's kind of weird. Um,
So we get this talk between Makishima and Oreo. He's like, "Yo, why are you students here? It's kind of odd. Why not just use like other people?" And she returns his question with another question, like, "Well, what do you think about the school?" And he basically says, "Well, it's outdated and somewhat old-fashioned because basically, like traditional school systems were rendered obsolete by the Sybil system."
right.
And he's like, for the more like conservative-minded families and higher status families, I could see why it would have its use. And then Oreo goes in this whole fucking thing about basically the school's approach to preserving chastity and how it's a very uniquely female concept, and how basically all the girls at the school are like blank sculptures that are living out a predestined life, and she sees that as like boring. And so she decides to make, I guess, what you could consider better use of said sculptures.
Yeah. And
Which I think is the best way to put what her philosophy on this is.
right, which is in other terms not a philosophy. It's
Yeah.
she has no purpose and no reason why she's doing this. And so she's simply just killing to kill because she has the opportunity to do that and to portray
Yeah.
her art in a different sense.
So the enforcers are now on the case. They're out and about. Fucking Kogami's Akane's with Kogami, and Kogami's like, "Yo, what do you think about the case?" Well, then we received the same report. It's like, "Yes, but I want to know what you think of the case."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, it's a cop. It's the same killer, right?" And he's like, "Wrong. It ain't, bitch."
It ain't. It ain't.
And then he basically is like, the original killer here, he had very specific targets. He would kill them in an ironically darkly funny way.
And dude, that description of that
the
politician that he killed, so he killed the guy because something happened. I think it was because his psychopaths got cloudy. And
his psychopaths got cloudy and like falsified his assessments.
Yes, and in order to, so they wanted to put him up on trial for it, and all the news stations kept gathering around, wondering what was said, what was done, and he's like, I cannot conclude. I can't at this time process what was said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Basically
and
saying,
it's just a politician's wave
I
is
don't
all
know
it
shit.
is. It's a politician wave is all it is. And so the guy murdered him, clean scooped out his brain, dismembered him, and then put I think it was the hippocampus, and shoved it up his ass, which it's the part of the brain that allows you to for memory of how you can remember. I cannot recollect. That's what he said. He couldn't recollect what at this time, and in order, and he just okay, so since you can't remember anything, let me just shove your fucking memory up your ass. Essentially, it's just it's a neat twist on doing.
But basically, so this guy, whenever he would kill, it would always be in a way that was related to the person he was killing. It would have a very specific message behind it that people could get, even as fucked up as it is.
Yeah.
you could get what the dude's saying.
Right.
But here with this girl is they're first of all very sanitary because this guy was like fucking dirty.
Yeah.
Like the
He made
corpse
it.
is like we see that
The more
a
gruesome,
shot,
the better.
we saw that one shot, in the last episode
On the computer.
that we recorded where we were getting a flashback for Kogami.
Yeah, and his partner.
And we see a flash of his partner's face, and it's like the dude's face is like missing, basically.
Essentially, yeah.
And so like this guy, he gets fucking dirty, but the bodies are preserved and nice, almost like medically so.
Yeah.
And also they're out in the open and always to try to gather as much attention as possible, which wasn't really the MO for the previous killer.
Yes, the other killer just did it and put it in places that, okay, cool, you found it.
Yeah.
Good job.
So basically, she got no drive, no vision, no bitches.
No bitches. Unoriginality.
Yeah.
No originality.
Like it's the type where you go on, you think it's some hashtag deep shit. You think it's deep, but really it's some a quote from good old Boss Fuchsius.
Right.
It's that it might sound deep at first, but maybe it's not very smart.
She just does way too much coming instead of going.
Yeah, exactly. And coming is the opposite of going.
It is entirely the opposite of going. But so basically this is what happens. So he starts putting one thing together after another. So he takes her to this basic super jail, essentially, that keeps people who are supposed to be executed through trial.
Mm-hmm.
They put them in this jail in order so that they don't want to die, but they can be monitored 24/7, and if they escape, they get fucking obliterated.
Yeah, it's specifically made for people with psychopathes over 300.
Yeah,
and I like how as we go through these different cells, we see how that manifests in different people. So there's like one guy who has like a bunch of fucking dolls in his cell.
And the one dude with a huge amount of fucking books.
Yeah.
And then you got the hookah guy.
Yeah, the hookah guy, he's just chilling. He just wants to blaze, man.
He just wants to blaze 420 it all the time, bro. He needs that weed. He needs to get his mind clouded on purpose.
Yeah, man.
But
and then the man we want to see is this guy who's basically
man.
He's I guess you could say he's like obsessed with art. He was originally like an art seller.
Yeah.
And he's literally made his own body into a canvas.
He's
That's how
tattooed
fucking hard.
his entire body into like a skeleton. His brain is showing. Not real brain. It's just a tattooed brain.
It
looks sick.
It does.
It kind of reminds me of that dude from the Suicide Squad. I can't remember his fucking name.
El Diablo.
El Diablo.
Yeah.
He looks just like the guy almost.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was thinking more so of like Hidan from Naruto.
Man, yeah. But either way, he's like, hey, bro. Hey, Ghost Man, I need you to come up here. I need you to identify this artist, bro.
So, this piece, yeah, it looks like this dude's piece. Look at him. This is from Big Daddy Oreo.
Big Daddy O.
He shows them. It's like, oh, that is like almost an exact match. And then Akane goes and looks up the school's attendance list and finds out, oh shit, the dude's daughter goes to this school, and so they immediately rush to the school. I like this next scene because Masaoka is under holo cover of one of those big old security mascots.
Oh, dude, this is a hilarious fucking.
He's asking this girl like, "Hey, have you seen any suspicious men on campus?" All while in the background you see Kogami just walking.
Kogami just walks in. The girl, everybody's like, "Is that Kogami?" And then
Masaoka
lets go of the hologram, and then pops up as this creepy dude.
Yeah, man. Kogami fucking he walks in, he's like, I'm gonna show that bitch. I'm gonna show a bitch what's for. He goes in and points his gun right the fuck at
Bro,
her.
this teacher is just like, hey, these girls are already scared enough, dude. Just back off, back off. He's just like,
He's
fuck
just,
you, I don't care. And he just keeps walking. He just keeps going, and
I don't
he
give a fuck. He just points his fucking
points
gun
the
at a
goddamn
child
Dominator at this fucking teenager, and it goes
who
straight
has
into execution mode.
who had yeah, and she has a crime coefficient of over 400.
Dude,
It's like,
that's
damn.
insane, bro.
How does she pass? Unless the school just doesn't do checks. How
I
does
think
she
they don't
pass?
do that so that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
can keep
so
a
that they-
clear
yeah.
psychopath.
Yeah.
Because it would cause the students to freak out.
It would stress the students out.
And
yeah.
that's their whole plan, keeping them away from the outside world in order to keep their psychopaths low.
Yeah.
So they're shunned away from the civil system or
But
civil system
before-
checks.
But before he can fucking pull that trigger, the headmaster is like,
God
nope.
dang it, man!
Just-
And dude, just oh my god.
So they give chase, but man, that bitch gets away.
Oh man.
Um.
But he is moving closer and closer to his target. But she does. She ends up getting fucking away.
So
Fucking bitch.
she gets away because that one guy who's disguised as one of the students bumps into her whenever she gets and blends in with the crowd. So we all group up. Akane is telling good old Gino of how Kogami found out the killers weren't the same, and fucking Gino is like, "What? You didn't fucking tell me? You knew and didn't tell me?" And I'm thinking, I'm gonna be honest. If I was Kogami, I probably wouldn't tell him because he's been kind of a dick. for
I
these
wouldn't
past couple
fucking tell him
episodes.
either. I'd just try to,
Yeah.
one up him. Like, yeah, bitch, call me Steve-O.
So they go, they're checking cameras.
Dude,
and they find out, this one camera's odd. She's walking into this really odd looking building. Where is that? It's like, it's an old garbage. It's a school's garbage dump.
Yeah, and, well, at first, I think he finds that the music room's files have been completely
Yes,
ripped off.
except for a very, very
Fucked up audio file.
fucked up audio of her talking with Makishima.
And then he finds the video of her going into this random little thing. Soon as he sees it, nothing's said. He just bolts the fuck out of the door.
Out.
And we just get this...
Because all of the enforcers are there on the fucking scene.
By the way, this scene is really fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on exactly? Because he passes through some force field thing.
I think the front is probably some kind of facade. Like it looks like a front, but it's actually a hollow.
Maybe it is.
I think they passed through a hollow.
And so they did, and then you just get the scene of them, surveying the room, breach and clear type situation. And they're running up he's running up beside the wall. You just see the fragments of the hologram as he's sliding through across the wall. I thought that was just the neatest fucking thing.
Yeah.
But as they're trying to sit here find stuff, all of a sudden the lights come on. Just this big, gigantic, operatic fucking moment.
Mm-hmm.
The lights turn on, and what do they see? They see her latest work of art.
Yeah.
So the two girls that she come across and decided to work on together, dude, this art piece looked even cooler.
Yeah, I think it's probably it's fucked up to say, but I think it's probably the coolest looking one.
but
that
the
she's
most
done.
fucked up one.
It's also the most fucked up one.
Because it didn't look like the other ones, like real pretty and shiny and like.
Yeah, this one was
This
like
one was
gruesome.
very like macabre, gruesome, like over.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's like her whole fucking look changed overnight.
Yeah.
And,
also, bitch ass Makishima was eavesdropping the entire time.
Oh, dude, yeah, fucking bitch
And also,
ass.
we find out that he was also at the reason why he was even able to get to Oreo in the first place was he was in disguise as a staff member of the school.
Right.
And yeah, man. So this is going on. Oreo, she's gotten away, taken to a safe place, or she
Quote
thinks.
unquote.
Listen, safe has yet to be defined here. It's a place.
It's a place.
It is. It is a place. And
But
she gets
within
a
this
she,
episode, she's moving through the tunnel and she's trying to talk to so and so, but he disappeared. And
yeah.
then this is the lackey that he always has running errands for him.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden, she gets a phone call from uh,
From Makashima.
Makashima himself, and he's like, "You know what, dear? Why don't you tell me what disappointed me the most?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Huh? I didn't mean to.
You had no vision.
You had no
You're
vision. You had no drive,
no power. It's about drive. It's about power.
powers."
Oh man.
And she's just like, "Huh?
It's
What? I didn't mean to upset you. Just give me another chance. Give me another chance." And he's, dude, you cut out. That was perfect. This is what I heard. But
Oh man.
no. So dude, I have a note in here. I thought this was so fucking funny. Hold on. Um, hang on. I got it right here. Okay. After this phone call, he drops her faster than her phone signal.
Yeah, man. I like this scene. So as Makashima's talking with her, we see the hunting guy getting ready. He's polishing his gun and whatnot, cleaning it out.
And this
And
man,
he's humming. He's sitting there humming "Ode to Joy."
yeah, and he
And
sent the dogs faster than Mr. Burns.
yeah, and we get these like as he's talking. He's also throughout the last bit before he cuts off from her. He's actually after he cuts off from her, he starts reading a excerpt from Titus.
Yeah, this
And
is
throughout,
such. Oh
man,
my
I love how this
god!
scene is shot. So she is running through this like old. It's almost like it's an underground somewhere like
It's a sewage
nondescript
system
location.
almost.
She's walking and running, wandering aimlessly, basically, as he's reading this excerpt, and it's you also just hear the fucking echoes of this man humming "Ode to Joy" as he's getting ready. We also get some cuts of these like robotic dogs.
Yeah, these are crazy, dude.
And as she's running, what happens? Ah, shit!
Fucking bear trap. What gets me is he stole my soap. Who steals soap?
And the hunter, the dog finds her, slashes her fucking hand.
God, man, just her
Yeah.
whole goddamn half of her hands gone. And dude, it's so sad watching her just trying to pull her way across the floor and also trying to like get the signal back on her phone. It's just like
Yeah.
the saddest thing to watch because
Uh-huh.
she's just fighting at this point, trying to survive. And these are the moments where you're just sitting here like, oh my god, I kind of feel bad for her, but not at the same time because she murdered 4 girls.
Moited.
Moited.
Oh, man, it's like a Three Stooges sketch. Oh man. Oh no.
So the hunter kind of steps up on her after
Yo.
she gets her fucking hand cut off, and she's just
He'll
like,
fucking kill you.
he'll get you too.
He'll get you too.
Once he
And your
gets
little
tired of
dogs, too.
your little dogs too. And he's just like,
Well,
oh, don't
you know
you
what?
worry too much about that.
I don't care.
darling."
At least I don't steal soap.
Boom, blow, dude. When I say
What-
boom, I mean boom, because this
What?
dude blew her head off so hard that it landed
what
50 feet behind her, bro.
What fucking caliber is this rifle?
Dude, I don't know.
Dude shoots her point
fucking
blank and her
has
head
to
goes
be-
flying.
They had to made like a 50 caliber fucking shotgun
was-
for this to blow her head off that fucking
That was
far.
some fucking Princess Mononoke shit.
It was crazy though. So that just ended the episode. Crazy ending. But
Yeah.
her head is already blown off, and this man is still quoting Titus.
Yeah, it fucking closes off with it, and it's
Oh
great.
my
It's
god, bro! It was a crazy way to just have somebody die, like a murder scene.
good. Yeah.
It's almost like poetic in a different sense. It was kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie. It was kind of
It's
fucking neat.
fucking awesome.
So if anybody who's just listening to us is just like, this sounds fucking awesome, just go watch it, bro.
Just go watch it. If
Dude.
you haven't watched this already and you're watching
God,
this,
man.
like, come on, just go watch it. It's really good.
And we're definitely not getting sponsored at all. So
No.
we're just here to promote anime that we enjoy. but we can be a sponsor.
Okay.
Crunchyroll.
Anyways,
Crunchyroll.
I don't know if I want that Crunchyroll money. They've done some shitty things.
Yeah, I
But,
guess you're right. But
Mappa.
Mappa.
Yeah, Mappa I can get behind.
I need some Mappa money, bro. As much money as they put into their anime, I'd love to see what they give their fucking supporters.
I'll do that, and also Viz Media, because they run the Shonen Jump app, and I'll fucking simp for that shit till the cows come home.
Nah, we're joking. We're not just giant sellouts. We really enjoy this, just sitting down talking about this stuff.
Yeah. So episode 9.
9, dude. It gets, dude. It just doesn't fucking stop getting crazy. It goes from one crazy moment to the next, bro. And oh my gosh, it starts off with this man already knowing about Oreo's death. Like, Akane is sitting here like, okay, damn, we almost got her, but we'll get her next time. Kogami's just like, nah, she's already dead. Fuck it.
yeah. She's outlived her usefulness.
And
she's gone.
And then
Gino's like, man, I'm sorry, man.
Big Dick Gino's just like, I'm sorry, Ko. You knew it, and I didn't listen to you, but I love you. Man. But then we get cut over to the craziest fucking thing I did not expect. The hunter guy is a huge figurehead of robotics and biology.
Yeah.
This man is a robot with a human brain.
Yeah, he is. He's borged up. He's gone full Borg.
He went straight to fucking iRobot, bro. Like.
Yeah. Before we get to that, I'll just mention some small things. So Connie's getting the dress together. Her AI is fucking teasing her. Fucking Kogami's super chill about is like super chill about a whole lot of things. It seems the whole Makishima thing has rekindled an old flame.
Yeah, essentially he just feels good rather than just feeling violent. He still is obsessed in a way, but not.
But this time he feels like good about it.
He's
like,
feeling vindicated on the sense of being able to actually catch the guy this time.
So yeah, we get to this film crew, the setting up for a set for an interview, and they're like, I don't know about this holo. Can we just change it? Yeah, and so they change it, and that's where you find out, it's the hunter guy. So Senguji, as we mentioned, he is a full-on cyborg, and man, this guy is kind of creepy because the way he looks is almost as if like he's trying to
express emotion,
but it is hitting that uncanny valley effect where he's not looking at people but like past them.
Yeah, it's just so weird that it's just because his robotic body can't formulate the expression of emotion because I guess technology has not gotten to that point yet. I was mentioning to Bopsto, like while we were watching this, that this reminds me so much of Ex Machina that it's insane. Because Ex Machina, they had this extremely intelligent AI in this big ass like mountainous home, and she was able to talk and express emotions, but not physically. She couldn't physically express her emotions, and then it drove her down this fucking. I guess act of like judgment, and she started trying to murder everyone in the fucking house. So it just reminded me of that movie. Sorry.
But this guy's like, yeah, man, being a cyborg is like great and all. I'm not limited by my own mortality. My body won't ever give up on me. It's pretty fucking awesome. Like, look, like I can live for a long time. Dude fucking quotes Old Testament and says, maybe we should take a bit of God's power for ourselves.
And then
it's like, damn, this dude's fucking hardcore.
Yeah, this man just wants to access immortality.
Yeah.
And at the same time that this is happening, Akane is driving to pick up Kogami.
She's picking up Kogami in a.
This is
the first time you fully see it, but she's in a fucking self-driving car.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
But they're both in really bad mood so far because her house, Akane's house, was trying to say she was going out on a date.
It's like, oh, you going on a date? Who is it?
And then on top of that, Kogami was just trying to smoke a cigarette, and the security bot, bless its heart,
It's
was
like, hey,
just
no
trying.
smoking.
It was trying to keep the peace. Damn it! Kogami said this thing tried to bite me for smoking a cigarette, and then Kogami goes to get in the fucking car, and it chases. It just follows him to the goddamn car.
Yeah, yeah, keep walking.
Keep walking, bitch. No smoking there either. Dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, remember that, bitch. Carry that shit home with you.
And we get into this really interesting talk with the so basically the interviewer is like, so the brain can't really live past 150 years, so like how are you gonna get through that, because I'm pretty sure the technology won't get so advanced so the brain is fully preserved. And it's like, maybe I'll be able to squeeze out enough life to fully live up to full brain cyberization. But until then, you know what? You people also, have some robotic tendencies yourselves. And she's like, oh, well, what do you mean? And he's like, well, you have, technology. You depend on AI, house secretaries. What would happen if any of that were to be disrupted? Would you be able to live?
Bro just
And
fucking drowns her.
yeah, he fucking drowns her all while this fucking smooth
Jazzy ass fucking
jazzy
beat.
as he is fucking just owning, just fucking laying into this woman with things she probably never even thought about.
That's because this man is on his shit.
Yeah,
Like he's been
he's not
defending.
wrong, because like
He's defending
this-
his honor.
because this is he has some truth to what he says, because this world that Psychopaths is set in, basically everybody is so used to like automation and having everything completely automated,
Yeah,
that if that got disrupted, they probably wouldn't know what to do.
they wouldn't. It would be like Y2K incident, like back in what was it,
Yeah.
the 90s or something.
Yeah, during the 90s. Yeah,
I think it was during year 2000 was Y2K.
yeah. That's why it's called Y2K, because the
Year 2000, yeah.
The concern was that the extra zero, once a new century hit, it would cause all the fucking systems to crash because they wouldn't be able to process it, and so it just caused like a mass.
Yeah, I never quite understood that, but whatever.
It was basically they didn't think the computers and systems that ran the country wouldn't be able to process the coming of a new century.
Yeah.
Because they didn't think that they were built for that, essentially.
Which is weird, but
yeah.
which was a huge
So-
thing because everything ran on computers at the time, because you had like floodgates, everything was pretty much automated off computers at this point. Gas tanks, everything that you needed to live off of was made for computers. And that's basically what this man is bringing up in conversation. Like, hey, you guys are fucked without technology, and y'all are basically autonomous fucking human beings. Like, don't discourage me for actually owning up to my robotic body, bitch.
Yeah, man, bitch. So, after the interview ends, Kogami and Akane go to this very fancy-looking house in the middle of the woods, and we found out,
Beautiful
this
fucking
place-
house, though.
This
God,
place doesn't have any hollows, and he's like, oh, the guy who lives here can't fucking stand him.
this dude's rude.
Yeah, man. And so we get sat down, and this dude is like a master at reading people.
God, man, he read her like a fucking book, just using her goddamn eyes, bro.
Yeah, man. Listen, Akane's got very distinct eyes. She has special eyes.
Special eyes, like staring into the soul of a god.
Yeah, man, exactly.
Sorry.
And man, that guy, it looks very stoned.
But she can, but that god can definitely handle its liquor. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. She's on that Makima grind set. But let's see. So we find out that basically he used to be a clinical psychologist, but after he started working on the force, he became a criminologist.
Which is cool.
And basically became he became able to just fully just read people.
Yeah.
Due to it, and he would look into things such as profiling and whatnot, to the point where he even lecture college classes. which is why Kogami's here because he's like, yeah, I want to list your students because they want to try to see if Makishima might have been a student of his.
Right. Because this man is so fucking methodical and shit. Oh my god. But Ko basically brings Akane there to learn his skills of reading people and to find out background on
Makishima.
dude, I cannot remember his name for shit. Makishima.
He should be one of the people you remember the name of.
I just don't.
Yeah.
It just doesn't hit my brain that fast. Like, but all of a sudden this man's just like, hey, Kogami, why don't you tell me what charisma means? And Ko just basically belts out the actual definition of charisma. And a dude just graded his whole answer on defining charisma. He's like, I'll give that answer a B. You bitch.
You a bitch. But trying to think. He's like, no, there's actually like three characteristics of charisma. And I forgot what he said for those three.
Yeah, I forgot what it was too.
But Kogami's like, well, you know what? The dude fits all three of them.
He's just like, this man fits all the pieces of the fucking puzzle. Like, you can't do nothing with this man because he's such a fucking genius. He's a genius.
Yeah, dude.
But
you're not a genius.
You're not a genius. You're not a genius. What is that? That's from Adventure Time, isn't it?
I think so.
God, what episode was that? Hang on.
I don't remember.
God, what episode was that? You're not a genius.
Tangent aside, we're on our drive back, and we find out that this dude no longer lectures because his classes, because of how intense they were and how intense of a teacher he was, clouded the psychopasses of some of his students because of the subject matter. And I like this analogy that Kogami gives. It's like he's able to not cloud a psychopath because it's like imagine the dude's lectures is like a dark swamp. This man has experience and can go in with it and know how to resurface, but people experiencing it for the first time more than likely would drown unless they had very specific ways of processing certain information. Which is very
that was
very interesting.
That was very, very interesting. Like, to learn that people's psychopaths were being clouded by his lectures just by listening to this man talk. And you know, I kind of made a point in my notes. I'm like, she just kind of brings up a whole thing. Like, man, I can't exactly see how psychopaths get clouded up just by listening to this man talk. And I'm like, have you ever fucking heard of Hitler? I mean,
yeah,
Hitler also did that.
Yeah, man.
That man was in his own words, a visionary.
He was a little old Dennis the Menace, you know.
Oh, bro, Dennis the Menace ain't got shit on Hitler, bro. We find out after this that the man, or Makishima, I finally remembered his name. Yeah, man.
Makishima, he's talking with Senguji.
No, not yet. This is after, while they're discussing what happened to Makishima, he took on this old man's identity.
Oh, yeah.
And ended up shredding all video evidence of his existence at the school entirely. Like, he shredded all of the video camera footage, all of it. Like, every last ounce of video footage, or megabyte of video footage, on the whole school. Dude, the lengths that this man goes in order to achieve whatever goal he is after, which we have not clearly found out about yet. But I thought that was so neat. But
it is good. I almost forgot about that. Thanks for bringing that up. So now we can talk about his talk with Senguji.
Oh yeah.
So he's there. He's talking with Senguji. We find out, hey, it's pretty hard to get a hunting license nowadays.
Shinguji is the
Uh,
hunter guy, by the way.
yeah. He's there. He's fucking polishing his gun, cleaning it out as they're just chilling and talking.
Then he picks up a
And
pipe.
yeah, man, hey, man, that's not ivory, is it? It's like, yeah, it's made from yeah, you're right, it's not. It's made from the bones of the girl I just killed.
Yeah, it's made from
It's some
fucking Oreo's
It's
bones.
made from Oreo's bones, which we find out, hey, every time he kills somebody, he makes fucking pipes out of their bones.
Tastes like Oreo cream filling.
I got the quadruple stuff.
Oh my god. But basically he just like he talks about the only way that he's able to keep his mind sharp is by hunting humans.
Yeah, because it's
because
the thrill of hunting man.
well, it's not that. It's the fact that if he doesn't keep his mind stimulated, his brain cells will die because the brain can only last so long. You know, because it has a lifespan essentially.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because you don't have a heart doesn't mean that your brain doesn't have a lifespan. So, like, generally, a human's lifespan, a brain lifespan, is like 120 years. And this man's getting to the age to where his brain cells will start diminishing if he doesn't keep his brain stimulated all of the time. And this is the way to keep him on a rush almost. And it's by
that's what I'm
hunting.
saying, is the thrill of the hunt provides him stimulation, and particularly the hunting of humans, because of the fact that the more challenging his prey is, the more stimulating it is for him.
Right. And to think that a 16-year-old girl was exhilarating
Yeah, man.
blows my mind.
Hey, listen, you get what you can get.
Because she was basically just, monkey in a barrel,
Yeah, but
She done fell into the bear trap. The dog cut off her hand. No
Yeah,
service. Trapped inside of a sewer. I wouldn't really call that a hunt.
well, I mean, he still would have to find her, which he would use to track the blood and whatnot. So he's still. It's like a rat in a fucking cheese maze.
He has the use of his robotic dogs that he could see video footage of. So
Yeah.
it's like taking the fun out of hunting, I guess. I've never been a hunter, so I can't really give my honest opinion about it. But for my general idea is, I'd never understood why people go hunting and then sit at a hunting stand for 8 hours
Yeah.
in hopes for a deer to come across their way.
Well, one, deer is quite delicious. Two,
No. Some people do it. Some people do it for fun.
you're talking about the people that do it for sport, and the
Yeah,
ones that don't either do it to try to get food.
Now,
or,
don't get me wrong. You got the big game hunters that go out to hunt
Yeah.
like bigger stuff, like moose, bears, like lions and shit. Now, they don't just sit in a stand. Like they actually
they're
go out.
actively searching.
But
and-
like most
yeah.
people who hunt today hunt for deer and or ducks, and they just sit in a stand
Yeah.
all day. Ducks I can kind of get behind because they sit in one spot on the lake. You make a huge sound, they go flying off. You shoot them. That's basically all you could do with like birds and ducks. But with deer, you can track them. It's not hard. Excuse me. Let me rephrase. I'm sure it's very hard to track deer.
I was about to say, let me
rephrase. Let me rephrase my terminology here.
It would be a lot easier if we didn't live in a system where people owned specific parts of land. I mean, if you could just go out into land and hunt a deer, then yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, but whenever you're confined to a certain set of land, I mean that's about the best you can do. Is just
I guess I
hope.
understand.
Sit and hope.
It's just one of those things I've ever
Yeah.
just always thought. But that's basically what this guy does. He hunts humans.
He hunts people.
So
and makes-
Makishima, did I say it right? Makishima.
Yeah, Makishima's like, hey, I got a target. I got a hunt just for you. Then
Yeah, it's just for you, and it'll be thrilling, exhilarating, everything that you need.
Have you thought about hunting an enforcer? Like, an enforcer.
You really know how to get the blood pumping there, Makishima.
What's the name of this enforcer?
Kogami.
He's like Kogami. It's like, I see. So we cut back over. Gino was fucking big mad at Kogami because he took her to the dude's place.
Oh man,
And
Gino wasn't just mad.
oh,
This man was pissed.
he was pissed. He's like,
And
you could have clouded her psychopath when you took her there. Blah, 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 blah,
you
blah,
want to
blah.
drag
And
her
then,
down in the dirt with you? And Akane steps in like, hey, I'm the one who asked him to take me. And he's just like, why would you want to throw your life down the toilet? She's like, I can make decisions for myself. I'm not a child. He's just like, that's exactly what you are. A fucking arrogant child. And I'm like, oh my God.
and fucking Akane steps in. She lets him have it.
Dude, Akane leaves nothing out of the fucking punchline. She's like, look here, man. I appreciate that you're my senior. I might still be a fucking rookie. I appreciate what you do, but I'll be fuck if you fucking disrespect me in front of the enforcers one more time. Because as much as you are a senior to my fucking rookie, I don't give a fuck. I'm on the same level as you, and you will treat me with that same respect.
Oh, I am in worlds you can't even imagine. Lightning bolt shoots from my
fingers. And she just follows it all up with, bitch.
That's your obligatory Breaking Bad / Better Call Saul reference. Thank you.
Fucking love. I love that scene, dude, because he's just chasing Howard down the fucking court hall. He's just like, lightning shoots from my fucking fingers. Mm-hmm. Oh God, it's so funny. But either way, she's just she's spitting facts.
Masaoka, after he leaves, Masaoka just pulls it back. It's like, okay, look, I get it. He's kind of an asshole, but I'm gonna drop some rich Gino lore on your ass. So we find out Gino, his dad, whenever the civil system rolled in, was labeled a latent criminal. Gino was still a kid when the civil system was first laid out, and there was a huge stigma among those who were related to latent criminals, which is very interesting.
Yeah, this is kind of messed up. So his dad was a latent criminal, and this was. Did you describe this and I just wasn't paying too much attention?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. His dad was because Gino was a kid whenever the
sorry. I kind of spaced. I just kind of spaced out for a minute. My fault.
But whenever the civil system was first rolled out, Gino's dad was labeled as a latent criminal.
Sad.
And there was a big stigma against people who were related to latent criminals.
Man.
And so that's. Oh, I'm sorry, you go on.
No. I was just going to talk about how I think it's really cool how Akane always somehow relies on the enforcers, whether it be for Kogami for, having advice for being an inspector and being a good one. And then you got, she always turns to Masaoka in order to get advice, like for wisdom. And man, these parts are, and then she goes to, what was his name? Kagari, I think.
Yeah, I believe
and
so.
if she just wants to have a good fucking time, she goes to Kagari. I mean, she uses the enforcers more instead of just tools for her use and more as a partner and for fun. And I really like.
She treats them more like their co-workers.
I just love how they're integrated better with Akane than the other people on the police, in the police department.
Yeah. Well, because Akane is a very unique person. She doesn't think or see things in the same way that most other people do that were that grew up with the civil system.
Right. And see Go ahead.
Oh no, that's why she's able to experience all this fucked up shit and not have it bother her too much.
Yeah, and that just kind of kicks us back into why he was describing, and even the enforcers say themselves are just tools in order to keep the inspectors calm, cool, level-headed, to where their psychopaths don't get clouded up. And that's what the enforcers are for from the wise words of Masaoka. And I can't get enough of this scene where she asked, well, does Kogami share the same shit? Does Kogami share the same opinion as you do on the matter? And Masaoka's just like, he used to, but now I think he's just out for revenge. And man, I can't get enough of that.
Yeah,
because it cuts over to Kogami and he's just sitting there like just doing his everyday work, and it's just you could kind of see it. I don't know. It just kind of hit me in a cool
determined
way.
look on his face
Yeah,
while
yeah.
he's looking into this Makishima stuff.
And he wasn't like that until Akane showed up too. And man, it's just like his fire came back as soon as Akane come into the picture.
But I like how this scene kind of it helps to humanize Gino a bit more than just being a fucking dick.
Yeah, because
it adds you some actual like legitimate reasons as to why he would be such an asshole.
Right.
Because he himself doesn't want his partners to end up like his dad did, especially with the whole stigma thing. Because like Masaoka's like, well, you got family, right, Akane?
Right.
And he sees a person becoming like a latent criminal as like almost like a betrayal.
Right.
And it's very interesting. He's almost on some well, I mean, this predates it, but he's on some Aki level stuff here.
Oh, dude, entirely, yeah. I just, oh man, this episode slapped. When it comes to character development, I love
it's fucking great. That's one thing I like about Psycho-Pass in general, at least this first season, because even this is second season. Second season's like it's aight. But this first season, like in terms of character and whatnot, it's fucking nice. It's good. I like how the characters are written, how they develop over time. So we done with that scene.
Yeah.
Now we can turn it over. So we cut back over to Makishima. He's talking with Sanguji about Kogami. It's like, you know what? If I get my hands on him, I'm gonna have to kill him, right? And it's like, yeah, do what you must.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the matter to you. This seems like more your thing.
It's up to you. And he's like, well, you see, I noticed every time we mention this Kogami guy, you always have this smile, and as on fucking cue, fucking Makishima, our white-haired antagonist, who's a foil to our dark black-haired protagonist, flashes a little Griffith smile.
Yeah, a little fucking bitch. He's got that Griffith mentality, bro.
Yeah, he's got that look in his face, that childish grin.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah, man.
But he's not scared to show that fucking menacing goddamn smile, bro.
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh.
And that's episode 9.
Yeah, that's it.
Man, that was a good chunk of episodes.
Oh, it was, and there was so much to talk about. Oh my gosh. I feel like this was a very meaty podcast. I enjoyed this one.
It was very meaty, but I feel like we also made pretty good on time discussing it all, despite the
definitely meat. Yeah.
But I fucking it was great.
We still got to go on our little tangents about the morality of people and the philosophical side of this show. I thought that was kind of a neat integration.
There will be a whole lot more of that coming up with Psycho-Pass. I'm very excited to cover the rest of this anime.
I cannot fucking wait, bro. But,
yeah, man.
Bopsto, if you don't have anything else to add, I don't.
Well, again, hey, if you watched this far, if you liked our content, give us a little comment, subscribe, and other than that, I'm Bopsto, the Outer Weeb,
and I am Red, the bald-headed wonder.
And you just got done watching the Anime Boys.
The Anime Boys.
See ya.
See ya.